Thank you for this excellent question. Hasn't this happened to all of us? Arrogance, ignorance, controlling and disrespectful behaviors, negative attitudes, unreasonable demands, and the list goes on and on and on. There are plenty of courses out there on how to deal with difficult people, but truth to be told, can't you sometimes be difficult as well? I have found that you don't have to like the other person, but you do have to learn how to deal with this person in a professional manner. Have you ever observed how some people communicate in manufacturing environments? They yell and scream at the other person, and in many workplaces, this seems to be the norm. I actually cannot believe that grown people don't seem to consider that this kind of behavior won't earn them the respect of the people around them. Sometimes I find children in kindergarten display better behavior. I am a firm believer that you can't change the other person. You can only work on yourself and learn how to deal with certain situations. Many times when I dislike or judge another person, I realize that this individual is a lot like me and I have something to learn from their attitude. That's not an easy thing to admit, and for me, this was one of the hardest lessons I had to learn. When you dislike a person, you have to ask yourself, what is it about the other person that I'm unwilling to face about myself? As a boss, it is also very important to acknowledge your internal customers. When your team doesn't understand that dealing with people they may not particularly like is part of their job, it is up to you to provide the training, mentoring, and coaching to help them to see that the real problem may not be the other person. The real problem may be that they make their whining and complaining a negative lifestyle that impacts everyone around them. They should be open to learn and to grow, because as soon as they learn to treat the other person differently, they will get a different result. It is very much the same thing if you have conflicts in your team between co-workers. Help them to resolve the issue with a neutral facilitator and make it clear that disrespectful behavior is unacceptable within your team. It is important to explain that when emotions are high, intelligence is low. A good conversation is only possible when both parties agree to listen to each other's point of view and seek to understand the other person's perspective. Here is how you can get started to increase your own awareness. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. Listen actively and ask open-ended questions that start with when, where, why, what, who, and how. Everybody wants to be right, but sometimes you have to let go of being right in order to find a solution to a problem. Always remember, excellence is not a skill, it's an attitude. And I will see you next week again. Until then, be the best you can be.